Hi, this is Zach Two-Turn here, back for another episode, and today we're going to start something called Way Back Wednesdays. So, on Wednesdays, I'll post some stories that happened way back a long time ago. But before I start that today, first I just want to say how great Black Panther was. I finally saw it last night. The power did go out in the middle of it because, well, I don't really know why, but it was raining really hard, and all of a sudden, right in the middle, when they go, "What are those?" the shoes, it went cut out. So that kind of sucked. But other than that, it obviously was a great movie. I can't wait to go see it again really soon with my family coming up. But yeah, so anyway, so on Wednesdays, way back, today I just wanted to start going with my Disney college program. It happened back in 2016, and I see a lot of people posting about it lately, and some people want to hear about my experience, so I'm going to go through the whole entire timeline, from the day I applied all the way through the end with some tips and tricks and hints and just how to enjoy it, kind of the realistic view of it, because some people just see it as like all magic and fairies, and it's not all that all the time. So here we go. I applied when applications dropped, the day they dropped, on January 12th of 2016. I applied, I got my application email at 5:06 p.m. So I didn't do it right when they dropped, but I did do the day they dropped. So I had to wait a little bit, and then at 7:02, I got my web-based interview. I know some people now kind of are in that applied stage. That really wasn't too much of a thing. I don't remember when I applied. I think you can either moved on to your web-based or kind of got no longer in consideration right away. There really wasn't as many people who are stuck in just that applied phase. So I think that's a new thing they're doing, just to see, how many people deny an offer and stuff like that, how many positions they really need. So just, if you aren't applied, I don't really know exactly, I don't want to do 100%, but it's not a bad thing until you do get that no longer in consideration. So what I always told myself during this whole thing was no email is better than a bad email. Because I then had my phone interview on January 19th at 7 p.m. Her name was Tony. I remember like it was yesterday. I didn't really prep for it. I didn't do anything like that. I just looked in the mirror and smiled. I did review some of the questions that they might answer, but I thought with Disney needs to be more natural, kind of more roll off the tongue, not as scripted as some people like their interviews to be. They really do just ask you about like why you think Disney's a good fit, what roles you really are interested in, and stuff like that. So I wouldn't prep too much unless you are one of those people that have to have notes and stuff. I just like it more sounding more like kind of from the heart, bring it from the heart. Okay, so this is where I had to wait a long time. So the first wave of acceptances went out first-ish week of February. Everyone's excited, people are getting accepted, and you're like, it's okay, it's only first week. And then more people get accepted, and then more people, and I was just like, okay. And then more people, and finally, on March 8th at 2:37 p.m., the one time that I wasn't constantly refreshing my email, the one time that I actually was busy doing something else other than dreaming about Disney, was when I got accepted. It was actually at work. And I was sitting on my computer, doing something, and then I just looked down at my phone and I saw the congratulations. I was like, oh! And I turned really fast in my chair, and I ran over to my friend, or my Bessie Rach, and I went, ah! I just hugged her, we jumped up and down. I didn't even tell her why we were jumping up and down, right? Like that. And then I ran outside and called my mom. I was like, Mom, I was accepted. And she was like, oh my God, I'm crying. I don't even know why. She's like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't even know. I haven't even opened the email yet. And so, yeah. Anyway, so it's a really big ordeal. I'm extra. I'm always have been, always will be. So I'm accepted to be merchandise for Fall Advantage. And then I picked to move in on June 6th of 2016. I couldn't do the May date. Well, I could have, but I didn't really want to because we didn't get out of school until the 16th, and then the May date was the week after, I believe. I just wanted a little bit more time to kind of hang out with my family before going from college straight down to the college program. So I went back home for a while. We went on like a mini vacation to Holiday World, which is in Indiana, if you know what that is. And then we did a little mini vacation to Disney too, to move me in and stuff. So that was really fun and really cool. Anyway, rewind a little bit. So how I picked my roommates is I was in the Facebook page, and I just posted like the big old roommate survey. Everyone does it. I just started talking to people, and that's when I met Christian, my roommate. He acted like he didn't want to be my roommate, but obviously he didn't realize, you know, I was the best thing he's ever gonna get. Just kidding. But he was just kind of like, I just want to keep my options open to you, but we really like clicked, and we started like, you know, Snapchatting, texting all the time, and we became roommates. And then we got Gabe, Sean, and Alex as well. They all decided to be, roommates, and then we were to do 6 people. Our 6th roommate was always someone new. So first we had one person, and they couldn't do it anymore. Then we had another person, then they got a professional internship, and then we had another person, but then we found out that they had a different move-in date, which they didn't tell us about, which I guess we should have asked, but whatever. So we got a random roommate. His name's Mario. Yeah, I'll get more on that. Anyway, so then when we were picking a complex, we kind of I didn't really care where we lived. It was a mute point to me. But all of them kind of went to Vista for it was cheap. And then some of them didn't have a car, so they really needed to do the buses. And Vista is kind of like the main bus station for a lot of it. So they could use the buses all the time. And I loved it. I was so glad that they picked that. And then, let's see what else. So that was that, yeah. So I arrived the 6th. I had an early check-in at like 8:30, I think. This is when they just kind of switched to you go to your own complex instead of like everyone going to Vista at once. So it was really like chill and relaxed. You just kind of, I drove up and I walked inside, and then I took a picture, and then they kind of had me sign all this stuff. I turned in my paperwork, and I was like, oh my gosh. And we still didn't know where we were working at yet, because they hadn't done to where they do now, or else they have been doing that week before thing. It's where you find out the week before. I still was like, oh my gosh, I don't know where I'm working, what am I doing? So went back to my apartment, my family came in, we unpacked everything, we started kind of cleaning up, and then I had casting, which is where I found out I was working. So I got on the bus, and you know, my mom's kind of emotional, and I was like, it's okay, I was like, we can hang out tonight, no big deal. So got on the bus, went to casting, I was waiting in line, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't really know. I just really wanted a park. I really didn't care what park, but I just know I really wanted a park. And they told me Hollywood Studios on Sunset Boulevard, and I was like, oh my gosh, like everyone's just like so like crazy emotional and just happy and everything, just hearing everything. So it was awesome, super excited. And I went through the whole like casting process where they like tell you about the Disney look. They tell you if you like can't like wear your hair like you had it, you need to like dye your, or you can't dye your hair. You do like some like all sorts of stuff. So yeah, then that night I went, hung out with my family back at the hotel that we had, and then said my goodbyes, and then went back to the apartment, hung out with my new roommates. Kind of, you know, it's kind of weird moving into people you've only met online, never in person, but it's totally okay. We were great friends the whole time. So, yeah. Oh, kind of rewind. I know a lot of people ask about packing and what to pack. Don't bring everything. I was accustomed to already having a roommate because I had one. I lived in a dorm when I went off to college, so I already knew rooms were going to be small. But the rooms aren't, you were sharing a room with another human being. So you both are going to have clothes, you both are going to have shoes, you're going to be wearing your costume most of the time, so you don't really need to bring your whole entire wardrobe. And it is Florida. It gets freaking hot all the time. Only in the like late fall and then early like winter does it get cold at nights, and then there could be some random times where it's like 30 degrees, but other than that, it's always hot, and you don't need to bring like your big old winter parka, you don't need to bring your snow boots or anything like that. And I also brought like a TV, I brought some movies, like a DVD player, just some kind of stuff like, I just wanted like a chill day, I could just, you know, hang out, relax, and breathe, and not have to worry about, you know, oh my gosh, smile, 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 smile. Okay, so next, I don't even know where I'm at. What are you doing? Okay, sorry, we're back. My roommates came home, so I just switched my location because I was taking over their upstairs. And also, the reason I didn't do it in here to begin with is because my light bulb's burning out, and I'm just too lazy to fix it right now, and I don't want to go spend money on a light bulb. So yeah, I feel like a light keeps going like pew, pew, pew. Then, you know, just ignore it. It's just my light, you know, doing its own thing. And my house is haunted. Alright. Let's see, where was I? La la la. Oh, yes. Okay. So then, after like moved in and everything, went to casting. I had a few days. You went to like your onboarding or your housing event that just kind of like showed you the rules of housing and all sorts of stuff like that. It was really fun. And then I have a season pass, so yeah, see, there it is. I went to the parks before traditions, but for people who didn't, I know my roommates, they went down to Disney Springs, they went shopping, they kind of went, I don't know, they just kind of explored Orlando, see what was happening, stuff like that. You know, just kind of explored it because it will be like the longest couple of days until you can actually go to the parks. Knowing that you were like there, Disney is literally 2 seconds from your house and you cannot go to the park yet. So go to Disney Springs, it'll get your Disney fix in until traditions. So then anyway, traditions I had really early in the morning. I had the early one. Most of my roommates did as well. I wore dress pants, like black dress pants, black shoes, a button up, and a tie. And then I just like took a shower, obviously. My hair wasn't this long, it was pretty much cut, you know, styled neatly and stuff like that. It wasn't spiked or anything, just traditional Disney look. I shaved that morning. So that's kind of what I did for you guys out there that don't know what to wear. Just like black pants, I wore black shoes, belt, button up, and tie. So I had the early one with my roommates, and then my bestie Rach, who you'll meet eventually, she had it as well, but they had a different room than me, or like a class, so I didn't get to see them until afterwards. But traditions was literally perfect. You'll learn a lot about the Disney heritage, Disney traditions, Disney practices, all sorts of stuff. And then there's a surprise at the end where you get your blue ID and your name tag. Yeah, so it's just a really fun day. It's a really long kind of seminar type thing, training session, but it's totally worth it. You'll never go to anything like that in the end. But yeah, it was awesome. So anyway, we went back to the... we rode the bus there, so we went back to our complexes, got dressed, and then me and my bestie Rach finally went to Magic Kingdom for the first time, and we actually rode every single ride there, all day. We just constantly checked the Disney Experience app, and we just kept hopping around to where it was the shortest line that we thought at the time, and then the mine train actually like shut down for a while, so then as we were like walking there, we saw it open up right then, so we got back in line, and we waited like 45 minutes, which for the mine train is awesome. And then we waited for space until the end of the night. Watched Wishes, obviously. RIP. Watched the Main Street Electrical Parade. Oh, not too sad that's gone. But still, rest in peace. But yeah, so that was our first day. It was super fun. It was really awesome. So once you do have traditions, definitely try to go to a park, most likely Magic Kingdom. But yeah. So you can just kind of like really feel like you are a cast member. And then so then we have training. I believe I had Saturday off the next day, and then I started training on Sunday. Yeah, and so I first went to merchanting, I think, or like ops or something. There's a whole bunch of different classes you go to. You'll get a schedule of it, and they'll tell you what bus to take. You can drive to Disney University, but I was so nervous to get there on time that I knew if I was on the bus that they provided, that if it was late, that I would get in trouble, and that was my biggest fear, is getting in trouble. So those classes were pretty informative. I won't say they were really entertaining, but they were informative. They went through everything, such as like, you know, how to Disney count, they went over the 4 keys again, they went over safety, all sorts, you know, the safety videos, and can't remember his name, but the safety guy. Yeah, so they did all that, which was super fun. Not really, but it's okay. And then yeah, so then, you know, I trained, I was at Sunset Boulevard, so I was at Real Vogue, Once Upon a Time, and Legends, right when the street going up to Tower of Terror, which I loved. And then my costume, which I'll put right there, was what it was. Super cute. I actually had 3 costumes, depending on where I was working. I was working either stocking or registers. For the indoors, I wore this. If not, I wore what was called the Blueberry, which was for outdoor stock and Heart of House. It's like a blue t-shirt, suspenders, yellow suspenders, black shorts, black shoes, and then I had my outdoor one, which was this one, right over here. Yeah, so 3 costumes that I kind of switched through. I didn't pick up many places, so I don't have any more costume photos. I did pick up at World of Disney, and it was the scariest thing in my whole entire life, which I think scarred me to ever pick up anywhere again, because, you know, here I am, parked where I was supposed to, had my costume on, walking with my backpack, and I'm like, okay, I don't know, like, what's on stage or what's off stage, I don't really know what I'm doing, so, like, I kind of, like, peeked my head in the door, and I, like, tried to get someone's attention, and I was like, so I kind of walked in a little, and I was like, hey, do you know where I'm going? And I was like, you're not supposed to be in here with your backpack, and I was like, I know, but I don't know where to go, and I don't know where backstage is, and they're like, okay, well, follow me, so I walked in, I was like, okay, and I was like, okay, where am I? And they're like, you're in the women's section, you just kind of walk around, and you stock things as needed, and you answer questions. I was like, okay, I can do that. So the women's section, like, at the time, was like in the corner, back corner of the store, and people kept asking me questions, and I had no idea where anything was. I was like, oh, I don't know. They're like, it's like, where's the kids section? I'd be like, over that way, somewhere in the abyss, I don't know. So we tried to go look at the signs, and it was an extremely busy time. I mean, it was in July when I picked that up, so, like, it was popping with, like, tour groups, with just, like, families, with all sorts of stuff, and I worked the night shift, so, you know, after the parks closed, everyone came, and it was just overwhelming. I was like, oh my gosh, just because I was so used to Hollywood Studios, change it up was just a little bit, but now that I think about it, is it a regret? I wish I did pick up more to kind of meet more people. See, it keeps going in and out. Meet more people and just kind of, like, get more experience. So first couple months were great. I did get trained in Sweet Spells, which is attached to Real Vogue. It's like the confectionery in Hollywood Studios, and I just got trained to, like, sell it, and then later on down the line I did get trained to be production, which was pretty cool, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So then there's this thing that I like to call, like, the 3-month, like, breakdown-ish thing, around, like, September area. Yeah, September. Well, I know it is September. I had, like, a complete breakdown, like, homesick, a lot of other stuff was happening, and I just was like, I don't want to be here anymore, I hate it, it's not what I wanted, blah, blah. And that is totally normal. If there's anything for this video to take, it is totally normal to break down, to freak out, to be homesick, to not want to be there anymore. Days are hard. I mean, you're working sometimes like 12 hours. I usually worked like 45 to 55 hours during the summer. I never worked below 40 hours. I usually was the upper 40s, lower 50s the whole time. So, I mean, days are long. I usually had 6-day weeks. It was just really a lot. It's like, naturally, I got worn out. I really didn't have a lot of time for a while, especially in the summer, to go to the parks as much as I wanted to. And on my day off, I really just wanted to relax, but I felt like I had to go to the park to, like, get the magic. So yeah, around September area, I just, like, called my mom. I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go back to school, blah, blah, blah. But I did it. What we did is we sent my brother down. And that was the best decision to make. He came at the best time, honestly. Just for a weekend, just 2 days. He flew down, we went to 2 parks, and he went home, and it was exactly what I needed. I was rejuvenated, I was ready to go. I was ready to have fun again, and it completely turned my kind of outlook on the whole thing around. And then also with, I'll kind of, like, veer off here. It's not all pixie dust and, you know, happiness and fairy. Like, times are hard. They're like, life happens, things don't go the way you want. Our leaders let all Fall Advantage signed to be trainers for the fall kids coming in, since we did have so much experience, since we were working so much, and I didn't get picked, and I won't go into detail, but it was not, I didn't think the way it was approached was very well, but it's okay because I got over it. That's when I started to get production trained, which is made the caramel apples, I made the Rice Krispie treats and all sorts of stuff, which that was awesome. But the fact that, like, I didn't get training when I saw all my other friends get trainer was like, I cried on stage. I had to go, like, backstage and, like, compose myself in the middle of my shift, and it was awful. But it's okay. And then, but I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Even though, like, that kind of sucked and I did have that breakdown, there were more fun times that outweighed the good. And you really do realize, like, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that you don't know if you'll ever have again. I'm working in a place that most of you probably love. I know I love it. I'm getting to make the magic that, like, you've either heard about or you've experienced yourself for all these people day in and day out. You never know, like, how much things can go for people. So, super cool, super fun. A lot of fun times I had. I went to Halloween party. I didn't actually go to the Christmas party, but I did go, like, the week before Christmas and the week of Christmas, because I did have my season pass still, so I could go still, which was cool. when everyone else was blacked out. I could go to, so I knew I didn't want to spend money on the Christmas party because I could go see the Christmas stuff during Christmas time. Yeah, some fun, just little tidbits before I head out. I was down there for Hurricane Matthew, which was scary. It wasn't as bad as Hurricane Irma in the slightest, but before I fell asleep the night before it was supposed to hit, it was like on track to like hit right through Orlando. So I'm like panicking. I didn't know how to do it. Disney shut down for that day. I wasn't on ride out crew. I don't think the parks had a ride out crew where the resort did. So I wasn't on that. And then when I woke up, when it was actually like hitting, it was just like really windy and stuff, and it was a lot of rain, but it wasn't like as bad as what I know it could have been, or like even it was just kind of like a bad Midwest storm. But still, it was scary. I mean, the trees were flopping everywhere, and it was weird. And then I did have a bucket list. I know I don't have it with me. I think it's on my old laptop, so I can't really tell you. But some things that I did or wanted to do, I did do. All 4 parks in one day, did that. All the nighttime shows in one night. I didn't do all of them, but I did do Wishes, Illuminations, and Fantasmic in the night, which kind of happens during the off season when park hours are a little different. You kind of have to plan it like really well, but it can be done, and I did do it before. I wanted to do the kitchen sink. Most people do it. It was awesome. Recommend getting the chocolate version, not the regular version. There are different versions. And the chocolate one is just like all chocolate ice cream. Not all chocolate, but different types of chocolate ice cream. And then different type of chocolate toppings and a whole can of whipped cream. Yeah. So that was fun. Let's see. I'm trying to think what else is on my bucket list. I don't really know. But just make one. Have like a few things you want to do, because when you're down there, you'll start to cross off things off your bucket list, and then like 5 more things will be added that you see as you're down there. So you're like, I'll never get this done, which is the point of a bucket list pretty much. But yeah, so that's just kind of my college program experience. I'm just kind of thinking back on it. I miss it so much, I really do. Even though it was hard at times, like I said. And at the end, I kind of was ready to go back to school. But now that I'm almost done with school, I am ready to go back to Disney, hopefully, and work for them. At least do maybe a professional internship, or maybe just a college program again, just to kind of get my Disney fill out of the way coming up. But yeah, so if you have any other questions or anything, feel free to ask me them. Like and subscribe as well, because I'll also be doing Way Back Wednesdays just with random things. I'll be doing top 10 of Disney Thursdays, and then in 2.5 weeks I am leaving to go on my trip, and I am so super excited. Which that'll be super fun. I'm planning on doing like a trip report or a trip vlog, and then like dining reviews and a whole bunch of different things. So there'll be a whole bunch of fun Disney stuff coming up. And then like I said, there are a few more vacations, not technically Disney related, but that are going to be coming up, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone.